Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the NBA slate for Thursday. 6-game slate starting at 7 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get into it. Quick little recap of last night. Had to make the adjustments on Twitter here for the site. Went a couple swaps, Irving Kennard over Paul George and Patrick Williams once he was out, and then Irving Kennard over Maladon and Beal. Did very well on DK. This was the rest of the core. Brissett was amazing. Tillman was great with 30. Jokic was disappointing, but Irving and Brogdon kind of got the job done, so we put up a 349 on DK, and FanDuel MLB Cash missed out on the NBA side of FanDuel, so hopefully tonight we can kind of get through, kind of can win all four slates. That would be nice. Let's go ahead and get into this video. As always, appreciate if you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you have not already. You can follow me on Twitter for the updates at the DFS process. Check out the website. Link is in the description. So 6 games today, the couple of teams to focus on. Right now, we're waiting on some piece of news. Giannis, I don't know if he's on the injury report. I think he will play today. He is 10-8. The good thing about him is that his price tag is still affordable, even though he got back to 35 minutes last game, which is great to see in this matchup against Philly. We got full minutes out of Giannis. He should explode as long as, hopefully he's healthy and not dealing with any sort of injury. If Tatum is expensive at 10,200, he's questionable. He only shot 3 of 17 against the Bulls, but managed to put up 48, which is impressive with a triple-double. There is probably not going to be Jaylen Brown tonight. He's doubtful, so if he's out, Tatum looks to be a good spend-up. And then Embiid was questionable heading into yesterday, ended up playing. If he suits up again tonight, he looks pretty good, especially if Tobias is out and maybe Simmons is still out. So those are some of the pieces of the big piece of news we're waiting on. We have some other smaller pieces. Davis is expected to play. They said he's going to be limited to 15 minutes. And Simmons, Tobias are questionable. Kemba is expected to play even though he's dealing with an injury, so that is a good sign for him, especially with Jaylen Brown out. You'll see Kemba take on a lot more of usage and a lot more shots to go around for him. And then one piece of news I don't know if that many people know about right now is Jay Crowder is questionable. He suffered an ankle sprain. He only played 13 minutes against Philly. It's a back-to-back. Those types of things usually require at least a couple of days, if not a week or two of recovery, unless it's just kind of a minor tweak that he could be out there today. I don't think he'll play tonight, so I'm expecting the Suns to roll out probably Cameron Johnson at the 4, and that would be a great value play. Yeah, Bridges is also affordable, $4,800. That would make Saric and Kaminsky in play if there is no Crowder, which I don't expect him to play. But going to point guard today, at the top you have Luka Doncic. He's okay against the Lakers. Are they on a back-to-back? Yeah, they're on a back-to-back. They played the Pistons last night. If Porzingis sits, then Luka looks really good if you wanted to get up to him. I do think Giannis and Embiid are better pay-ups right now unless Porzingis is out. I don't want to go up to Holiday, $8,200. Rozier, 84, fine price tag. He's been playing really, really well. Graham is back, but his minutes been 39, 40 in the last few games. Without Hayward, without Ball, he's just been getting a lot more usage. I think you can go down to Kemba. He's 74. He's expensive, but no Jaylen Brown just kind of makes that whole offense open up a bit more for Kemba, especially. Will shoot a lot more. Hopefully he doesn't shoot 4 of 20 like he did against the Suns earlier this year. But other than that, he's been playing a little bit better. And still a good price tag against the Suns here. Some value pieces. You have Cole Anthony, $6,400 against the Pelicans. Super nice pace matchup for the Magic here. Should be a high scoring type of game. Hopefully the Magic keep giving Anthony these big minutes. There is no MCW for a bid, so you'll see Cole Anthony get at least 30 minutes, potentially up to like 34, 35. He didn't close the game because it was a blowout against the Hawks. But especially if Ennis is out, maybe if Terrence Ross is still out, you'll see Cole Anthony play a lot of minutes tonight. So he has to be in consideration. Other guys that look appealing are Devontae Graham, $6,300 affordable. I like Kobe White also. A couple of cheap point guards in Cole Anthony and Kobe White. Both guys get you a lot of opportunity to pay off this price tag here. 55 for Kobe White. Been playing 30 minutes. Last few games up to 33 in close games. He gets a good amount of usage, has a ball in his hands, gets assists, shoots 10-plus times, and without Zach LaVine, there's a lot of opportunity for Kobe White to kind of keep that offense going. So I do like him a ton at 55. He's just definitely way underpriced for a guy that has 40-point upside. And then you could go to like Jalen Brunson as a value piece, $4,600. He's been playing really well, even though he comes off the bench. If there is no Porzingis, I wouldn't be shocked if Brunson jumps into the starting lineup here. And that's it for the main pieces of news, or for the main piece of guys I like at point guard. Shooting guard, Devin Booker is okay, $8,800. There's not many spend ups. I'd probably go Booker over Middleton, over Holiday, maybe even Rozier. You have Smart, 66. He looks better without Jaylen Brown. I still think you can do a little bit better in terms of point per dollar, but he's been hitting value. He's been shooting a lot, and he's a guy that gets you a lot of defensive stats. So maybe if Tatum is out, he would be a great play if Tatum plays. He still looks fine, but he's not as much of a core play. I probably like going down to Graham at 6,300 a little bit. You can go to Josh Jackson. The Pistons, they've been resting some of their veterans on a back-to-back sets. They haven't ruled anybody out yet. Sometimes they do that the night before. But if there is no Plumlee, if there's no Grant tonight, if there's no Corey Joseph, Josh Jackson, looks very, very good against the Spurs at 5,500. Hopefully we get that news soon if they are going to be resting anybody. And that would make Killian Hayes a better play as well. But at this position, do have some value here. You have Garrett Temple, $3,800. If the Pistons shorthanded tonight, if they rule out guys with the rest, you have Frank Jackson at $3,800. He's in play. And that's kind of it for the main value. You have a couple guys below 3K or below 4K. Small forward, it's Luka. Ingram is almost 9,000. I love Ingram, but that price tag is a bit too expensive for me with Lonzo back and with Zion still taking a lot of usage. I would probably go down to some value pieces here. If Tobias ends up playing, he looks fine at $7,800. You have Kuzma, 67, and with Davis is back, but he's only going to play 15 minutes. It won't take away too much usage from Kuzma. The price tag is kind of all right. I mean, he's not been playing as many minutes as you would expect. He only played 29 last game, and then 29 against the Celtics here. With Davis back, he could just play low 30s in minutes, so I don't think he's a tremendous play. We have a great amount of value here with the Bridges, $4,800. Without Crowder, most likely he's going to play a lot of minutes, north of 35, potentially up to 37, 38. He's very much in play. And then Cam Johnson is super cheap. He's only $3,500. He started the second half in place of Crowder, got up to 30 minutes. If he starts this game, he'll probably get you at least 33, 34 minutes. And he's just too cheap for a value piece. He's my favorite value play right now. Moving on to power forward, I like getting up to Giannis today. I have a lot of value on the Suns. We have some value on the Bulls. So I'll be able to pay up for some studs. I like Zion, or I like Giannis a ton, 10-8. You can go to Zion if you wanted to save a little bit of money, but you need 60 out of that price tag. I think I would go Tatum over Zion, especially if he plays without Jaylen Brown. Can't play Davis today. Don't want to play Porzingis at $9,000. Bridges been playing great, but 77 is a very high price tag. So besides the studs at the top, you can go cheap here for a Patrick Williams. It's $4,300. He looks appealing. Then you have Saric, $3,200. And you have Kaminsky, $3,000. Probably one of those guys will see a lot more minutes. We'll see at least decent minutes without Crowder. And then Parker is 34. He's played 16 minutes in last game against his former team against the Bulls here. If there is no Tatum, he would be a great option here. If Tatum plays and Kemba play, then I think he'll still get you 15 minutes off the bench at least. But if there's no Tatum, I would think he would get you at least 20, 22. Maybe he would even start that game, and he would be probably a great value play. And then at center, you have Embiid and Vooch at the top. $500 difference between them. Give me Embiid at 10-5. Hopefully he plays on a back-to-back set. If he doesn't, then you can maybe play Giannis at center and then play Zion or Tatum at the 4. But right now, assuming Embiid plays, he looks really good at 10-5, especially with the uncertainty surrounding Tobias and Simmons. And then you have some value plays here. If Plumlee does suit up, he's only $4,900. I'm not sure that would happen today on a back-to-back set. Mo Bamba looks fine at 47. Thompson at 48. Some solid value piece. And then Markkanen is $4,100. Not been getting a lot of minutes, but they've been starting Tice, who's 37. He could look to him instead. So I like all these guys right now. And then the last piece I will go ahead and put in is Mikhail Bridges, $4,800. Just think he is affordably priced without Crowder in the mix. Most likely they'll just get more minutes for him, and he's a guy that shoots the ball very well, very efficient shooter, 53%, 42% from distance, and a guy that can get you some defensive stats as well, averaging about a steal per game. And against the Celtics team, it should be a close game, assuming Tatum plays. So that's it for the DK side. I feel very good about the Suns' value. I like some of these Chicago pieces. And I want to get up to some studs, especially Embiid and Giannis squaring off in the same game. So that's it for DK. Let's look at FanDuel. All right, FanDuel, point guard plays. You have Luka 11-4. So right now I don't have him in my lineup. I think there's some better spend downs. You can go down to Rozier at 78. Simmons, if he plays, is only 74. You have Kemba, great price tag if he's probable, and Jaylen Brown's doubtful, so good spot for Kemba to get more usage. Then you have great value with Cole Anthony, Kobe White, even Schroeder is in play at only $6,600. The other White, Derek White's only $5,500, so it's a position where you can go cheap. You even have Hayes if the Pistons are without some bodies, he's cheap, and Lonzo is only 68. So his minutes have been down a little bit, but he still gives you a lot of upside. But I'm going to go ahead and put in Kobe White right now. He's just too cheap, $5,800 for a guy that plays at least 30 minutes without Levine, a lot more usage without Levine, and it's a great spot against Charlotte. At shooting guard, I like Marcus Smart, especially if Tatum is out. If Tatum plays, he's still in play because there's not that many other options here. You can go up to DeRozan, maybe Booker. And then in the value range, you have Devontae Graham. You have Josh Jackson is affordable at $5,500. Maybe if Grant rests today, he would be a great core play. And then if you can go to Brunson maybe, but he looks better on DraftKings. But I really like Terrence Ross if he does suit up in this matchup against the Pelicans. Price tag has come way down. He's missed some games, but if he does play, he has to be. I mean, he's most definitely going to be in my lineup at only $4,700. He's missed a couple games, but he's still been playing good minutes, 21, 31, 25, 27. And he's a guy that can catch fire. There's not very many good shooters on the Magic. And Ross himself isn't super efficient, but he is a volume shooter, and he does get a good amount to go down when he does get hot. So I do like Ross a lot if he does suit up today. If he doesn't play, he can go down to like a Gary Harris, or Dwayne Bacon would be a better play. I think he's still super affordable. His price tag hasn't moved on Bacon. If there is no Ross, go to Bacon. Small forward, Ingram looks better than he does on DraftKings. He's 84. He looks like a fine spend up. You also have Bridges, super affordable, 64 compared to $7,700. Kuzma looks better on FanDuel. Bridges looks better on DraftKings, still fine on FanDuel. And then you have great value with Patrick Williams. Even Keldon Johnson is affordable at $4,200. And then you have Cam Johnson, 38. Assuming Johnson starts with Crowder, most likely not going to play after he tweaked his ankle and left the game last night, Johnson would be a tremendous value play. Power forward, I like Giannis still, $11,000. You can go to Zion. And Tatum, like Tatum, he's probably my favorite play. If he does play without Jaylen Brown, would just be so much of a better option. And then for value, if Plumlee rests, Stewart would be a core play at $5,500. And maybe you can go down to one of these value pieces on the Suns with both Kaminsky and Sarge at 35. I would probably lean Sarge over Kaminsky. He's been getting more minutes unless one of those guys happens to start, which I don't really think would happen. And then Markkanen is affordable, but his minutes haven't really been there. He's been pretty disappointing. And Thaddeus Young is okay, but they've been starting Tice, so just not a lot of minutes for Markkanen, Young, Tice, and Vooch all in that front court. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just put in Giannis at $11,000. At center, it is Embiid. Still looks very good on FanDuel. He looks probably a little bit behind Vooch, just based on the price tag. $500 difference on DraftKings makes you want to get up to Embiid, but you save $1,900 to go to Vooch in a good spot against Charlotte, matched up against guys like undersized PJ Washington, matched up against Biyombo, Zeller, spot where Vooch should be able to hit value, especially coming off of a dud against the Cavs. I think it's a prime spot for him to bounce back. So definitely don't want to pay $10K for Vooch, but I will gladly pay $8,800 for him on FanDuel. Other candidates at this position are basically Thompson is a value play, and then I want to go up for a Vooch or an Embiid as my spend ups, and maybe Jakob Poeltl as a contrarian play, just because sometimes he just goes out there and has a very, very good game. If you needed to save some money, you can go down to Jakob Poeltl as a mid-range play. So that's it for the video. Some NBA picks for today. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck tonight, and I'll see you all next time.